What's going on, YouTube? You know who it is. Subscriptions video for April 25th, but today is April 27th, which is my birthday. Nothing really exciting going on, but, you know, got some presents. Nothing crazy, nothing I'm even going to show, but, going to hop right into these. First, I think I had 17 books this week. Decent amount of books, but most of them pretty good. A few that I'm kind of not, I don't even care about anymore. I don't even know how I get them. I'm going to give them a few more issues and see how it goes. First up, Deadpool Killa number 4. This kind of wraps up the whole murdering of the Ideaverse that Deadpool goes into, and kind of an ultimate battle with Sherlock Holmes at the end of this. It was very intelligently written, of how at the end he just talked about how it was an idea that had to get started, but now that it's starting it can't die, and even though he was not able to completely kill the Ideaverse and that it will heal itself, that because he planted the seed that it's not going to heal itself properly, and it's always going to carry on being, you know, able to be killed now that they know it can be. Teaser at the end of this for Deadpool Kills Deadpool. I just love these books. And Deadpool Kills Deadpool just means two things for me, and that is that Dogpool is going to be in there. I love Dogpool, and Lady Deadpool, which I always am excited to see. But great 4-issue miniseries here. Loved it. Loved the way that those books are going. Just love every bit of it. FF number 6, and Michael Allred was not the artist on this. It was Joe Quinones, but although it was a different artist, it just looked just like him. It looked just like Allred's art. So, kind of made me think, is it possible that Laura Allred, his wife who does the colorist, maybe she's the problem. Maybe she's the one that I don't like personally. I think her colors might just be too solid. There's just no variation in shading or anything, and that's what makes the art not look good for me. But, other than that, I actually really enjoyed this issue of FF. I think the writing was solid enough that it made me forget and ignore the art. Anytime Black Bolt appears in a book, I absolutely love it. And he has a weird, like, mental conversation with his son in this because Medusa is missing. Great battle, kind of, not really a battle, but great series of events between the Yancey Street Gang and Darla. And it's nice to see Scott Lang finally taking some charge and finally doing something. And one of the aliens is a woman now. I don't know. It was just a brief little thing, but one of them's an alien now. And now the other Deadpool book of the week, and I absolutely love his cover. Deadpool number 8. And I like the way this is going too. As anybody who watched my videos know, I wasn't a big fan of the last story arc. But this is great. It has the demon who was in last week's kind of 80s flashback issue back, and that's kind of his rival now. He has to kill people on this list, and it's all in the hopes of finding a body for the Preston, the SHIELD agent who's inside of him. It looks like it's just going to be awesome from here on out. There were some excellent jokes in here, which I expected, as always. Just a fun book. I'm glad this is back to being just a fun book, and I'm not mad about it, because I did not like when I was upset that I didn't want to read Deadpool. But I'm glad it's back to being it's fun itself. Next, we have Injustice, Gods Among Us number 4. And this is the first issue that I got to read since getting and playing the game and understanding the whole game storyline now. But this has Superman confronting Batman, which I absolutely love. And then also has Aquaman kind of denying the leadership of Superman and kind of declaring war, in which case Superman takes Atlantis and kind of just takes it out of the water and puts it in the middle of the desert, which is just the ultimate way to say, hey, Aquaman, you're not strong enough to beat me. Love seeing Superman this powerful, even though it's how powerful he always is, but love seeing him, exhibit that power. Just a good time overall. Just love this series. There's also a little moment of kind of deception from Wonder Woman where Aquaman tells her to tell Superman that he's sorry about Lois, and she just doesn't. She doesn't say it or anything. So she's kind of separating them and making him see them as the enemy. Good book, though. Next, Guardians of the Galaxy #2, and digital code if you want it. First thing I want to say about this book is I would love to see Gamora and Tony Stark have an illegitimate love child. I think it's been a long time since there's been a weird relationship like that, and a long time since a weird child has come along. I would like to see it. Do I even know if that's possible? No. Would I like to see it? Yes. That being said, it shows this issue shows the meeting of kind of all the leaders of different world, different galaxy tribes and everything. The Kree superintelligence is there. Gladiators there, and they all talk about wanting to kind of get rid of the Earth because it's going to be a problem once they achieve total spaceflight. And after doing that, they consult the All-Mother, who is now oversees the 9 realms. And she said Odin used to, but I don't know when this happened, when she became the ruler. But she says no, you will leave it alone. And then at the end, Star Fox. I wish Star Fox was in this. Star-Lord is captured by kind of his own people from orders from his father, the king. Some great banter by Rocket Raccoon. I could see this being the way all the characters are going to be portrayed in the movie, which I wouldn't have a problem with, as of now. Alright, next, one of my most favorite series out right now. Every issue I absolutely love. And that is New Avengers #5. I really, really enjoy this, but I also, that may only be because Black Bolt is a man. Any issue Black Bolt shows up in and just destroys things is awesome. He kind of, everybody's having trouble taking down Tarax, and I'm familiar with Tarax from the Silver Surfer, Silver Surfer Volume 3, as well as some other cosmic things. But, everybody's kind of having trouble taking him down, and Black Bolt kind of just walks in and just destroys him, and, they capture him, whatever. Then they, it kind of alludes to the fact that they're going to destroy a world the next issue. They have no other chance. The prisoner they've finally conversate with and talk to, and, Black Panther's role in this doesn't bother me. As anybody knows, I don't like Black Panther, but his role in this is written well enough that it's not a problem for me, and I actually like the way he's portraying himself. She says that the next event is going to happen in a few minutes, and it's happening in Latveria. So hopefully, Doctor Doom, next issue, with them destroying a world, would be absolutely phenomenal. Couldn't be happier about that series. Next, Superman, #19. Soon I'm going to be overloaded on Superman because I definitely subscribe to all of the new Superman titles. Superman Batman, Superman Unchained, Adventures of Superman, all of them. But as of now, this and Action Comics are the only ones. And Hector Hammond is crazy powerful. He's kind of controlling everything in Superman's life at this point. And Superman sees Lois in a Wonder Woman outfit, and all sorts of crazy things go on. But we also see a little bit of Wonder Woman as a normal person in this, as actually Diana, which is it was different. It was weird though, because normally the way that Diana was drawn in here is the way you usually see Lois, which was kind of this, dominating female form, this dominating figure who's just kind of the peak of female excellence. And then when she showed up at Lois's door, Lois almost seemed like a child. And I think it was very well drawn. It expressed that a lot, of how even though Lois is the ultimate woman in Superman's life, she still cannot compare to a wonderful woman. See what I did there? Wonder Woman. Good one. But it looks like the next issue will be Superman versus Orion, and I couldn't be more excited about that, because them being the sun kind of people, they annex his powers, he has to do crazy things, figure it out. As I said before, if you can write a Superman story, you're a damn good writer, because Everything's been done, and he's impossible to beat. That's why I enjoy it so much. Going from a book that I enjoy so much and am really anticipating the next issue to a title that I have no idea what's going on. Don't even really care anymore. I finished it and I said I don't know what it is. Avengers Assemble number 8. The last issue was a one-shot about Arcade and some mystery woman who I have no idea who she was. Kind of orchestrating this plan to get all these people onto the island. This kind of goes into X-23's character and talks about her, and if she dies, I'm going to be upset, but don't really care. Not really invested in any of these characters. At the end of this book, I closed it and I said, I don't know what the hell's going on, because I don't. I have no idea. It's an alright read, but I also don't want to stay invested in this when, after everybody dies, it's over. How can you go farther with this title after they're done on the island? And how long can you stretch out them being on the island? So I'm giving it to issue 10. If something doesn't happen, if something doesn't really excite me, then I'm going to be bummed out, and I'm going to drop it. But, I mean, as of now, it's still there, but it's not really that exciting. It's not that good. Next, another book that has just been great. We have Fantastic Four number 7. And the last issue, they were at the beginning of time, and Franklin had to use his powers to teleport out of there, and they teleported to the end of time. And there's some weird alien race there they're talking to, whatever, whole banter thing. Very well written, though, and Blastar is still there. They have him captured, and the Thing actually finds out about the degenerative disease that they have because the alien race tells them. Reed politely asks for, to have Blastar because he is somehow going to help them cure themselves. And there's a lot of talk in here about how the people at the end of the universe, the end of everything, are very familiar with Franklin and Valeria. Which is really interesting to me. I really hope they grow up at some point. I hope they don't stay kids the whole time, like for the rest of the time. Or if there's even like a side story of just them growing old and really going crazy. It would be awesome. But Reed Richards orchestrates this plan to replace Blastar inside of his kind of, armor that is keeping him down with somebody else who ends up being Ben Grimm. Which I was not familiar that he had 24 hours to be a human every year. I did not know that. Sorry about that text message. But I mean, it's super, super issue here. They escape, and Ben says he wants to go home, which should be interesting. Next, we have one of my favorite artists, actually, my favorite current artist right now, on one of my favorite current books right now, and that is Avengers number 10, drawn by Mike Deodato. In the grand scheme of things, I feel like this issue isn't going to mean much. I feel like it was just kind of a side story to dive a little deeper into things. But then again, you cannot doubt Hickman because he may come back to this issue and this may be everything. But they experience like one of the ecosystems of the life bombs or whatever they were, and Omega Flight was caught in one. That's the Canadian, kind of a different version of Alpha Flight. It was nice to see Wendigo, though, even though it was only a short time. He blows his brains out because he doesn't want to tell the secret that, they would clearly ask him about. But in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it's really gonna, that issue's really gonna mean anything. Digital code is available for that. It was good, though. I really enjoyed it. From that, we move on to one of the most solid books, even more than solid, Gambit number 11. This Gambit title has been more than solid. It's been just awesome. Every book I absolutely love. The last issue ended with Gambit and Joel kind of sleeping it off after they stole the serum from some giant lab. I can't remember. Baron Strucker. And Tombstone's men are on the hunt for him, and Rogue comes and meets them there, and she's kind of standing up. And then as this one opens, Rogue and Joel kind of fight. And Rogue tries to take her glove off, doing what she does, use her powers to absorb the others. She can't do anything. Can't absorb her life force. Nothing happens. Very interesting, though. Gambit and Rogue have some conversation. Joelle gets on the plane, ends up taking it as they're being attacked. So she escapes. Gambit saves them both, as Gambit does. And there's a great moment where Gambit offers his mutant power to Rogue. He says, "Would you like to borrow some mutant kinetic charging power?" And there's a great one-page panel of them both throwing charged cars. And it's a really great scene. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this book, period. I think more people should be reading this. I don't know if it's underrated. I don't see a lot of people talking about it, but people really should read this title. It's phenomenal. Moving from that to Uncanny XMen number 5. Magic is having a lot of problems. The art in this was shaky for me for a while, but then there's a few panels that just blew it out of the water for me, and it leveled it out, and I really enjoyed it. The coloring was a big thing in this for me, and it made me think of Sleepy Reader always stressing how important coloring was. There's a lot of things going on in this with magic. I don't know a lot of magic's history, so it's kind of just jumping on that for me. But she's fighting Dormammu inside of Purgatory, I believe it is, or Limbo. It's Limbo, I guess. I mean, same thing, kind of. But it seems that at the end of this, every one of the X-Men, the New Mutants and everything, are in Limbo with her, and they're all going to have to fight Dormammu. Should be a great fight. I didn't really like the way Dormammu looked in here, but other than that, I mean, flawless. It's a great book, and that's one of the books that I've kind of been iffy on, too. And moving from that to Young Avengers number 4, who don't really know much of the characters, not too invested in any of these characters, but I still really enjoy this book. And they're still doing some things with the panel layouts and everything that I absolutely love. This book's not going anywhere, and I'm starting to learn some more about these characters. I know Norvar, the Marvel boy. I don't know, but Young Loki. It's just a Young Loki, I believe. I know Wiccan, and I'm kind of familiar with Hulkling, but I don't know the female Hawkeye, or I don't know the Captain America girl. I don't know who she is. But actually, I'm really enjoying this. And I didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I am, because I don't know too many of the characters. But it's very interesting. And I really enjoy the series. And just seeing Norvar go crazy and just kind of destroy things in this was pretty awesome. Great series, though. Not going anywhere. Next, have The Flash, number 19. And gatefold cover here, his greatest tragedy. I think it's at the hands of a Reverse Flash. And this new Reverse Flash just looks sick. It's, instead of being like yellow and red, it's just black and red. It is just phenomenal. And although that's what it says on the gatefold cover, he's really not even in it till like the last panel, where he's kind of just chucking Flash's family off of like a cliff, it seems. Or just, not family, but close people to him. This is kind of wraps up when he lost his powers about Dial H. I like seeing a Dial H crossover as well. And this told me that it takes place in Canada, which I didn't know that it took place in Canada. That might as well be a different universe. But he gets his powers back and everything, and it's whatever. But you actually see Barry Allen being a hero without his powers, which is very interesting. Very good book. I mean, Flash is always solid, but I mean, I can't wait to see the Reverse Flash and what they're going to do with him. Because I read like an interview or something that said he's not the same Reverse Flash. It's nothing the same like that. So we'll see about that. New book, Jupiter's Legacy number 1. This is Johnson's cover. If you don't choose your cover from my subscription service, they just give you a random one, so it's whatever. It was alright. I liked it, but it just seemed... I just gotta wait for more to make an actual opinion on it. The parents are great heroes. They're growing up in the world, not knowing if they're going to be great heroes or everything. It's whatever. I mean, it seems kind of generic as of now, but moving forward, I hope to experience more of it and get really involved. I like the concept. I could see a lot of places it going, and I could also see a lot of places it going wrong. But, I mean, all in all, I'm definitely not dropping it. Next, Morbius, Living Vampire, number 4. At one point in this book, it makes me feel like it's a little bit of an older book, because they don't have him diving into, like, New York or something. He has his own city now, almost, his own setting. It's almost like they're trying to build up the character again. And it's very well done. It shows the repercussions of him killing the guy that he kind of already killed once, but he kills him again. Then it tells of how that guy was put in there by some secret service to keep the town locked down from all the hoodlums. And, it just seems like he is gonna, he is in the plan now from them to take control. And it's gonna be interesting seeing what's going on. I hope that it's not just gonna be a blunder. But, I mean, it's still good. It's kind of on the chopping block. If I have to drop a title, Morbius might go. But as of now, I don't have to drop any titles. And then the last book of the week is Uncanny Avengers number 7. And this book made me think of a few things. The first was, I feel like Remender did not have his fair taste of his Apocalypse things or his Death Seed in Uncanny X-Force. And he's just bringing it here. I feel like some of the things he's doing here, he kind of recycled that he wanted to do with X-Force before it went. And I still love it. There was also one of the Apocalypse twins assassinates a Celestial in here, which just blew my mind. I feel like there could have been a bigger, panel for it. They could have showed it more, but for what it was incredible. I just love the way the series is going. I absolutely just adore it. There's also some weird relationship possibly going on between Havoc and Wasp, which should be very interesting. But this is such a solid title. Rick Remender is such a crazy writer. I don't know what's going to happen. Sunfire may be dead. Nobody really knows as of now. But can't wait for the next issue. That was digital code available for that one. That was my subs for the week. I'll try to get my next sub video up. I always say I want to do more videos, and I do. I just don't know what to do them on. Quite possibly, maybe I'll do my just a Thanos, potato, tomato, tomato. I don't know what just happened there. Some type of video about, his appearances or something. I'm also planning on doing a video of my thoughts on modern day Batman and why I don't like him at all. But, that's all for this, and thank you guys for watching. Remember, have a great day.